Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for your great support always. I'm so grateful for your continued support to this channel. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Kenyans, I want to remind you that Rigathi Gachagua was right. Do you remember when Rigathi Gachagua held a press briefing in Mombasa? When he claimed that the NIS Director General, Noordin Haji, was having a big problem. And of course, misleading William Ruto's government. The same thing happened today when Justin Muturi claimed in her press, saying that standing outside the pavilion, I heard the president ask Noordin Haji if he was holding my son. Noordin confirmed that indeed he was holding my son, and the president instructed him to release Leslie immediately. Then Noordin responded that Leslie will be released within an hour. Within an hour. Now, the National Intelligence Service is a body, or rather an independent institution, that usually reports to the president on a daily basis. When you look at this issue of abduction, imekuwa story after story. Kumbe, the NIS, hao ndio wanafanya hii maneno. This is something that Rigathi Gachagua asked before he was impeached while having a press briefing in Mombasa. He claimed that the NIS Director General, Noordin Haji, is misleading William Ruto's government, and that is why some issues, they are not reporting them as per what is needed of them to do. When Rigathi Gachagua said so, now he was like, this man does not respect the government where he is the deputy president. And the only thing, this man should be impeached. He was impeached. Now, Justin Muturi is on it again when Rigathi Gachagua said that the NIS boss is having a problem. Now, Justin Muturi is coming out saying that it was the NIS boss that confirmed and confessed that he was holding his son. But Rigathi Gachagua earlier on said this.
It had to take people to die, property to be destroyed, protests across the country for the president to know the truth of what the people of Kenya feel. Yet, there is an organization paid for by the public to brief the president and the government about the feeling of the Kenyan people. Officers of the National Intelligence Service, officers of the National Police Service have told me in confidence they did not get advance intelligence briefs about the magnitude of the protest. In Eldoret, in Kericho, in Nairobi, in Githurai, in Embu, in Nyeri. Since independence, there has been protests around Parliament. Never have protesters invaded and gotten inside Parliament. Senior officers have told me in confidence they did not have an advance intelligence brief about the intensity of the protests so that they prepare in advance. The National Intelligence Service slept on the job. And the problem is simple. The Director General of the National Intelligence Service, Noordin Haji, was a junior officer in the National Intelligence Service before he was appointed as DPP. When he was appointed to the office of the Director General, because of inferiority complex, he chased away all the people who were senior to him when he was in the service. therefore crippling the capacity of that service and making it dysfunctional. 3 directors were chased away and reassigned to desk jobs in ministries across government. 13 assistant directors, men and women with proven track record of intelligence collection and analysis, were removed from the National Intelligence Service, leaving a shell under a clueless Director General who has no capacity to run the organization. And that is why the security sector was caught off guard by the intensity, the anger of the Kenyan people, the agitation of the Kenyan people, the resilience of the Kenyan people. Had Nurdin Haji done his job, we will not be where we are today. He has no capacity. He is out of the country most of the time on business trips. The country is on its own. My boss, President William Ruto, is exposed. That he has to back down and admit that he has hurt the people of Kenya. Yet this matter has been in public domain for the last 2 months. I want to say that Nurdin Haji must take responsibility for the deaths that occurred. He must take responsibility for the mayhem. He must take responsibility for failing President William Ruto. He must take responsibility for failing the government of the Republic of Kenya. He must take responsibility for failing the Kenyan nation by not doing his job and advising correctly. And he must do the honorable thing, not just take responsibility, but resign from that office and allow the president to pick a competent Director General. I want to request President William Ruto to consider, as a matter of urgency, to recall the 3 directors who are removed from the service and the 13 assistant directors to come and help reconstruct the service and get sanity back to the National Intelligence Service to serve the president, the government, and the people of Kenya. President William Ruto deserves better. He deserves a Director General who knows what he's doing. He deserves a National Intelligence Service that is effective and that can analyze situations and keep him and the government informed on what is going on. It is embarrassing to me as Deputy President that it has taken protests, deaths, mayhem, destruction for the President to know the truth. Yet there is an organization charged with that responsibility. I have publicly stated that under this administration, Kenyans are free to criticize the government without fear of reprisal and state agencies.
So I want to say here that we are having 2 independent institutions. That is DCI, led by Amin Mohammed, and National Intelligence Service called NIS, led by Director General Nurdin Haji. Unajua wote wanatoka wapi. And I'm telling you, if these institutions are going to behave like this, you will be shocked as William Ruto will resign. Reason being, NIS is not giving William Ruto right information. If, of course, the National Intelligence Service, their role is to tell William Ruto's things prior, before they happen. But they are unable even to predict whatever is going to happen, the repercussions and the consequences of their abductions. Because the National Intelligence Service, intakana wanakuja wanaambia president, hapana, tukienda kuabduct vijana, ita create ile revolution yenye hutawaiona. What we do, we arrest these individuals, we take them to court. But not to abduct them, lock them incommunicado, more than even 1 month or 3 weeks. Some are being killed. You're just generating revolution. And you will be... Those are the issues that the National Intelligence Service should tell William Ruto. Even during the demonstration with the Gen Zs, I expected that the National Intelligence Service to tell William Ruto prior that this is whatever is happening, this is whatever is happening, please hold this issue of finance bill. Don't cancel, but hold it. But we are having National Intelligence Service that is not telling William Ruto the truth. So we have a big vacuum in the National Intelligence Service. The same to DCI. Amen Mohammed is misleading William Ruto. Look at some issues and cases yenye wanataka DCI will investigate. Have they done something successful? And we can substantiate? Nothing. So I think for me, regarding GACHAGUA all the way, he was right about this NIS and DCI. He was right, Kenyans. He was right. We have a big problem with William Ruto's government. Then I'm asking myself, what is the big problem with the NIS? Coming out to abduct Kenyans, yet they're seeing revolution is coming against their abduction. In other words, when I create problem for William, they're creating problem so that William Ruto can be kicked out. Because you just imagine if Kenyans will come out to say, okay, we know the man who is abducting our children. We are storming the street. He must go. Ataenda. But because we are having a country where when you tell if you tell the truth, you are being told utaonyeshwa njia. But nataka niwaambie siku ya leo, kama Rigathi Gachagua alikuwa impeached because of attacking the National Intelligence Service Director General, the same to Justin Muturi, then he's going to be told so, because he's being told hizi vitu enda reportia pale kwa cabinet. Wacha kukuja kutoa ma statement hapa. Sawa sawa. But Justin Muturi aliignore after kwenda kureport kwa DCI pale Kilimani, akatoa press. Press sasa ndio ilikuwa na a lot of bombshell. Na nimeanalyze. So Rigathi Gachagua has been vindicated. What he was saying all the way, Rigathi Gachagua unaweza muona kama mwendazimu, but that man was truthful. And that is why Rigathi Gachagua anaelewa vitu mingi sana. Did you hear that Rigathi Gachagua said, unaona hizi ma CSS, hii ni mkebe tu. It is William Ruto who decides on everything. All the way from ambassadors mpaka pachi. Ni William Ruto ndiye anaamua. In other words, we don't have independent offices of the government that works as per the constitution, but as per what William Ruto will say. So for me, I think if they impeached Rigathi Gachagua because of attacking the NIS boss, Nurdin Haji, then Justin Muturi, they're going to remove him. I'm telling you. He's going to be sacked, I'm telling you. But again, Justin Muturi said he's not fearing anything. Let them do whatever they can do. But the truth of the matter is, it is Nurdin Haji who is behind all this. Because remember, when the son of Justin Muturi, Leslie, was being abducted, we had some individuals who were abducted the same day. Some of them were killed. Some were killed. Then there's something fishy that NIS they know. And this is something that William Ruto promised Kenyans, that when I'm going to take power, I'm not going to accept these abductions and killings. In fact, the killings yenye imefanyika Kenya hii kwa regime ya William Ruto ni mingi hata kuliko ile Uhuru alimaliza 2 terms. It is so sad. It is so sad, Kenyans. And I can say it without even fearing anything. It is so sad that this country wameteka nyara and they want to control it the way they want it. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? Drop your opinion at the comment section below. Otherwise, thank you so much because of your great support. Please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing this video. Bye bye till we meet in another video.